Hey everyone, thanks for being here with us. To those who feel like they're chosen, there's something super important we want to share with you. Right now, there are people out there who are really scared and trying to mess with your life. They want to make you feel lost, like you don't know your purpose, and they're trying to stop you from reaching your full potential. They're messing with your money and your health, and they just won't give up. But guess what? You're not letting them win. You're standing strong, knowing deep down that you're protected. You're not letting them mess with your head or your heart. You're facing all the tough stuff with courage, and you've got your spiritual crew backing you up every step of the way. So keep on shining bright, because nothing can dim your light. At this very moment, there are people out there in a frenzy, frantically trying to undo the spells and hexes they've aimed at you, dear chosen ones. They're in a race against time, especially with the full moon looming on the horizon. The pressure is on as they scramble to reverse their magic, because they're starting to feel the weight of their actions. Let me tell you, the consequences of their actions are hitting them hard, like a boomerang coming back to smack them down. They're watching their own downfall unfold before their eyes, scared stiff of what's to come. The recent ritual they performed against you, thinking it was their strongest move yet, has them shaking in their boots, dreading the inevitable karmic backlash. They're realizing they need to act fast to undo what they've done, to avoid the worst possible outcome. What they failed to understand was that their spellcasting inadvertently turned against them. Your radiant, positive energy shielded you completely, rendering you impervious to their negative intentions. They mistakenly believed they had trapped you emotionally, thinking they had you in a vulnerable state, ripe for their manipulative energies to take hold. They thought they had succeeded in dragging you down with their obstacles, believing you were on the brink of surrendering to their schemes. But they couldn't have been more wrong. The impact they intended for you has boomeranged right back at them. Now they're scrambling to contain the damage, clueless about how to protect themselves from the repercussions of their own actions. The beings they called upon for aid, whether gods, demons, or what they labeled as spiritual guides, now offer no comfort or resolution. Panic grips them as they realize the specter they summoned to haunt you now shadows their every move. They're in the dark about who might be next in line, oblivious to the fact that in their attempt to offer you as a sacrifice, they've unwittingly offered themselves. As they grapple with their monumental error, they're awakening to a profound understanding of your essence. They're seeing clearly the depth of your spiritual fortitude and its divine source. They acknowledge you as a force of divinity, unwavering and transformative, facing challenges with grace and maintaining hope in the face of adversity. Your resilience and unyielding progress, despite their efforts to impede you, have laid bare your true character before them. They watch, perhaps obsessively, as you navigate life's obstacles, not just surviving but thriving despite the trials they've thrown your way. Through your responses and any public or private affirmations you may share, whether on social media or in personal declarations, they've come to realize that you see through their deception and malevolence. You've detected their betrayal, as though you're directly confronting them, armed with insights only the divine could provide. Your heightened spiritual gifts haven't just exposed their schemes, but have amplified your ability to uncover and condemn them. Now they confront the chilling truth that you hold the power to mete out judgment upon them, a power that's already manifested in tangible consequences for those who stand against you. Their desperation grows as they grapple with the harsh reality that their once trusted allies, the very entities they beseeched for assistance, have turned a deaf ear to their pleas. The deities and demons they once believed would wield their influence in their favor now remain silent, indifferent to their plight. It's a bitter pill for them to swallow, realizing that the forces they thought were on their side have abandoned them in their hour of need. As they delve deeper into their predicament, their fear intensifies. The looming presence of the Reaper they unleashed upon you now casts a chilling shadow over their every thought and action. They're haunted by the uncertainty of who will be the next target of their own creation, knowing all too well that the consequences of their actions are closing in on them with each passing moment. In their quest for redemption, they find themselves grappling with the harsh truth. The very ritual they orchestrated to ensnare you has become the catalyst for their own undoing. They're faced with the sobering realization that their misguided attempts to hinder your journey have only propelled you further along your path of spiritual enlightenment and empowerment. As they come to terms with the gravity of their mistakes, they're forced to confront the undeniable truth about your inherent strength and resilience. They witness firsthand how you navigate life's challenges with unwavering determination and grace, defying all odds stacked against you. Your unwavering spirit serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration, illuminating the path for others to follow in your footsteps. Despite their best efforts to undermine you, they're powerless to extinguish the radiant light that emanates from your being. With each obstacle you overcome and every setback you endure, you emerge stronger and more steadfast in your convictions. Your unwavering faith in the face of adversity serves as a constant reminder of the boundless potential that resides within each and every one of us. In their darkest moments, they're forced to confront the harsh reality that their actions have consequences. They're left to reckon with the unsettling truth that you hold the power to shape your own destiny, and no amount of malevolent intent can dim the brilliance of your spirit. Your adversaries are now gripped by profound dread, as each pronouncement of judgment from you appears to seal their fate, systematically dismantling them. They find themselves tormented by the formidable power you possess, a power that demands accountability and righteousness, forcing them to confront the daunting repercussions of their deeds. It's akin to a suspenseful scene from a horror narrative, as they anxiously await who will be the next to face the consequences of their actions. Their current predicament is the result of their own actions rebounding upon them with an unforeseen intensity. They fail to anticipate the potency of their own machinations, believing their dark intentions would render you weak and passive. They never imagined that their efforts would instead fortify you. What they failed to grasp is that the adversity they sought to inflict upon you only served to activate your latent spiritual capabilities, awakening your innermost potential and reconnecting you with profound sources of spiritual insight. Unwittingly, they became the catalyst for your spiritual awakening rather than your downfall. Their attempts to control you through dark magic backfired, ultimately empowering you and reaffirming your profound spiritual resilience. Through this ordeal, you were reminded of your inherent spiritual strength and your ability to navigate life's challenges with confidence and authority. Now, fully awakened to your own spiritual prowess, you wield it with assurance and divine guidance, leaving those who once targeted you to acknowledge the true depth of your spiritual stature. They may have underestimated you before, but now both you and they recognize the spiritual authority you possess. Now, armed with this newfound awareness, you stride forward with renewed purpose. You understand that your journey is not just about overcoming external obstacles, but also about mastering your inner self. The trials and tribulations orchestrated by your adversaries have served as stepping stones in your spiritual evolution, propelling you toward greater heights of enlightenment and self-realization. With each passing day, you delve deeper into the realms of spiritual wisdom, drawing strength from the interconnectedness of all things and embracing the divine essence that resides within you. Your once feared adversaries now stand in awe of the radiant energy that emanates from your being, acknowledging the profound transformation that has taken place within you. As you continue on your journey, you inspire others to awaken to their own spiritual potential, serving as a beacon of hope and empowerment in a world shrouded in darkness. Your story becomes a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of embracing one's true essence. You realize that the greatest victory lies not in overcoming your adversaries, but in transcending the limitations of the ego and embracing the boundless potential of the soul. And as you stand on the precipice of a new beginning, you do so with a heart filled with gratitude, knowing that every challenge you faced has ultimately led you closer to the truth of who you are. This awakening marks a significant turning point for all involved. While you ascend to higher levels of consciousness and spiritual understanding, your adversaries teeter on the edge of their own undoing. The impending shifts are palpable, serving as a profound lesson for both participants and spectators alike. As you rise, they grapple with the consequences of their actions, serving as a stark reminder of the power imbalance between those who operate from a place of divine guidance and those who manipulate dark energies for their own gain. This ordeal exposes a fundamental truth. No amount of collective dark magic can overshadow the spiritual authority bestowed upon a chosen individual by their divine lineage. Their misguided attempts to subdue you underscore their ignorance of your true spiritual heritage and the forces that safeguard you. Despite their lofty positions in spiritual circles, they fail to comprehend the depth of your divine protection. Their arrogance led them to believe they could undermine a soul divinely ordained for greatness. Now, faced with the repercussions of their folly, they scramble to undo the chaos they've unleashed. Their once revered status crumbles as they grapple with the realization that their actions have only hastened your transformation into the divine being you were destined to be. In their desperation, they find themselves plagued by stress, anxiety, and illness, the very afflictions they sought to inflict upon you. Their collective efforts to weaken you only serve to reinforce the impenetrable barrier of protection surrounding you, rendering their spells ineffective against your spiritual resilience. Ultimately, their actions have not cursed you, but propelled you forward on your journey towards enlightenment. As they struggle to contain the fallout of their misdeeds, you continue to radiate with the unwavering strength of a soul aligned with divine purpose. Now they find themselves in a state of unraveling, overwhelmed by the looming sense of doom that hangs over them. Their nights are haunted by foreboding dreams, warning them of impending judgment, leaving them in a perpetual state of fear and paranoia. They constantly glance over their shoulders, fearing what might come next. It's a stark lesson for them and any others who dare to challenge you. They should take heed of the warnings, like the age-old advice to seek shelter indoors during a storm. This is a time of reckoning, a period of divine judgment where celestial forces are actively at work. Despite numerous warnings following each hex they cast, they persisted in their malevolent actions. The universe and your spiritual protectors granted them opportunities to repent, to recognize their wrongdoing and change their ways. Yet they chose to press on. Each spell and attack was meticulously observed by divine watchers, ensuring that every negative intention directed towards you only served to strengthen your spirit. They must now understand that every action is recorded, every decision noted. They are not operating in obscurity. Their every move is seen, and the consequences of their actions are swiftly catching up to them. They played foolish games and are now facing the consequences: panic, fear, and an inevitable downfall. It's their time to face the consequences of challenging forces beyond their understanding. They thought they could act recklessly and hide their hands, but everything they did has been meticulously documented. Judgment Day isn't just on the horizon. It's already unfolding before our eyes in the tangible world. All that has transpired has been meticulously recorded, ensuring that when you, the Chosen One, invoke judgment, you are fully informed of whom and what you are dealing with. While you may not know all their names, the universe has provided you with the energy of those who opposed you. Many have received divine messages so powerful that they included faces and names, painting a vivid picture of the adversaries who sought to obstruct your path. Now, a significant shift is underway, marking the end of a cycle. Those who misused their spiritual gifts are witnessing everything they once cherished being stripped away. They have lost their spiritual authority, their health, financial stability, and even their personal relationships are crumbling. Everything they held dear is being revoked because they chose to target the Chosen One, abusing their gifts and corrupting their power. These individuals possess the potential to dismantle corrupt systems and make positive contributions to humanity. However, they chose to misuse their abilities against divine principles, distorting and wasting their inherent gifts. Now they must face the consequences as their supposed gifts are revoked. The balance must be restored, and while unfortunate for them, it's ultimately beneficial for the greater good. They are powerless to reverse the curses they've unleashed. No amount of effort will undo the harm they've caused, because these curses are now theirs to bear. They must live with the repercussions of their actions, experiencing the very curses they intended for others. In their futile attempts to stop the negative energy they initiated, they fail to grasp that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed or transferred. Now, that energy is returning to them, intensified and undeniable. Your spiritual team no longer needs them as catalysts for your awakening. Their role in your journey is complete. You are fully awakened, your spiritual gifts magnified, and there's no turning back. You're fully aware, fully alive, and fully attuned to the immense power and authority you possess. The tables have turned, and the lesson is clear. Those who act with malice and deceit will eventually face their own spiritual downfall. brought about by their own actions. Now that clarity has emerged, your spiritual team fully comprehends your position because you understand yourself completely. You've embraced your divine purpose and authority, recognizing your pivotal role here. The detractors who once obstructed your path are now insignificant. They no longer contribute to your spiritual growth. Instead, they must confront the outcomes of their deeds alone. Prepare yourself for a new beginning, for you've overcome the trials before you. Wonderful opportunities await, as you're rewarded for your perseverance and unwavering integrity amidst adversity.